Do you notice when you knock on a door as a door-to-door salesperson and you start going into your pitch or ask them if they're the homeowner and then tell them why you're in the neighborhood, that immediately the prospect says, not interested, or we're good, or I don't need that, or can you come back in a week, a month, a year later? What is going on in their brain that is causing that to happen? Now, first things first, you got to understand, this is Behavioral Science 101. Within the first 5 to 12 seconds of you knocking on that door, your prospect is picking up on social cues from you based on your body language and how your tone sounds that triggers their brain to react in one of two ways. Okay, but if you come across too excited, like too enthusiastic, if you come across aggressive, if you come across needy, you know what I mean by that, we trigger what are called defensive mechanisms. That anytime you feel you're being sold to, the prospect freezes up. It's just like you freeze up if a salesperson does that to you. So it triggers what's called fight or flight mode, which instantly triggers objections. So your first job as a salesperson on the doors, this is for any sales, but especially on the doors, is to get the prospect to let their guard down. Because if you can't get the guard down, you're trying to sell against the wall of resistance the entire time. Even what you're wearing can trigger this, and how to use your tone to interrupt the pattern where immediately the prospect's guard comes down and they become open to what you're offering, and that triggers what we call curiosity. So what I did when I was in door-to-door 20 some years ago, when I first started my career in college, is I wanted to interrupt that pattern. So I took my license off, put it in my pocket, the thing, so they didn't see a name tag here. If you have a name tag on here with your license, it pretty much says what? I am a salesperson trying to sell you something. So take it off, put it in your pocket. I also put a tape measure on there. So my first job was home security systems door-to-door when I was in college, going to Utah Valley University. So put a tape measure here. Then I went and got a construction vest, a neon green one. I also had an orange one, okay, neon orange, all right? So I look like more like a construction worker. I'm interrupting the pattern.